Because it's not really live, Bob. Now it's not really live.
No.
We could just start right out with welcomes. Well, welcome everybody. We're
Hello,
Sisters Three and
hello.
Police. Come to you every Thursday morning somewhere around 7:45. I'm Vicki from Sioux Falls.
Julie from Papillion, Nebraska.
And I'm Bobby from Nevada, Missouri.
And Bobby appears to be frozen. Darn it, Bobby, you're freezing up again. There you go.
Okay. And Elise.
And we got Elise from Bolivar.
From Missouri.
And so we are recording today. Technical issues again, but I want to know what's your plans for February, and are you making a list? What you've been up to, and what about Vicky's Mahjong class last week? So tell us, was it easy, hard? I know.
So many questions, so little time. Lists for February.
That is how Bobby's brain works.
I think of Christmas. Making a list, checking it twice.
I personally am not good with lists. I have invested in this Silk and Sonder thing, and I'm already behind in February. I kicked off January really well with, it's got all sorts of different trackers and planners, and it was like, what? It's got a coloring page, it's got a recipe in here, but I was really keeping up with it. And then let's see, what date are we on?
We're on February 9th. We're on February 8th.
February 8th.
So I have nothing colored in.
One full week. You know, Julie, I do the same thing. I started a Bujo journal, another bullet journal. And I was like, January, that first week is fantastic, and it's just empty. But
Yeah.
Now that I'm learning how to put my dates into my telephone, I don't even get my paper calendar out hardly ever anymore. So,
yeah.
So what we need to analyze this. Why can we not establish this habit of regularly using our journaling thingy?
And so if you do it
a list, it's a little
14 days in a row, why do you fall off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's life. What are you busy with?
I don't know that it's life. It's that first moment where I'm not intentional. And then that unintentionality snowballs. That's what my experience is. Because if I extend myself grace to go, okay, this is what I'm trying to implement, and I miss a day, but it's cognizant. Is that the word I want? In my brain.
Of it?
Yeah, and so I come from this space of grace, like it's okay, and then I get right back out tomorrow. But if I get just not intentional about that being a part of it, then I start to beat myself up. Oh, I missed yesterday. Well, I suck, so I might as well miss today too. Oh, it's been 7 days since I missed. Well, I better give that up, and I'll start on the 1st of next month, instead of just starting up the next day. So if I'm cognizant of it, I've got it in my mindset, like, well, just because I didn't write in here yesterday, I'm going to write today. I'm okay. I'm okay that I missed yesterday.
Now,
but if I don't have that thought,
philosophy idea, I'm thinking a couple of thoughts as you're speaking. One is, recently saw an interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was talking about the interview part was talking about habits and stuff, and he goes, "Here's the deal: don't think about it. Don't think." He goes, "I know every morning I'm going to get up and work out, even if I don't want to, even if I don't feel good, even if I'm just know every morning I'm going to get out and I'm going to head out and I'm working out. I just know it." He goes, "So when I get up, I don't think. I just put my pants on and I go work out. Don't think about it." He says, "You can think when you're done, do it, just." And so I'm kind of thinking about that for my Bujo. I'm thinking on it personally for you, for your thing, but me on my Bujo. So that was one thought I had. What were you thinking, Bob? I think I interrupted you.
Well, I picked up this book that Haley sent me, and I had been watching or listening to Mr. Clear on audio because I'm better with audiobooks than reading. You all know that. And so as you two were just visiting, I was looking at falling off, procrastination, but I landed on 4 steps, and I'm not going to go there because over and over and over. 4, oh geez, I can't even remember what it was. 4, the whole book is on behavior changes. But back to what you were saying about Arnold Schwarzenegger, it kind of goes along with making a plan to make a plan. Just do it.
Yeah, and Stoic philosophy has that, because that was my other thought. I was thinking about all the Stoic philosophy of late, and it's the obstacle is the way, and like there's 18 other things you could go into, but it's like, yeah, just do it. And don't see, and Julie, unlike you, I don't really beat myself up.
Mm.
I have thoughts like, I was just thinking the other day, hey, I was going to do that bullet journal. I don't even know where it is right now. And because I don't beat myself up over it. I just plain don't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Julie,
In that, go ahead, Elise.
I was gonna say, I was like you way long ago. And because I used to keep a journal when I was young, in school. And diary. And I used to write it in it every day. But then, later on, I tried to do that again, and I'd start January, and then by February it was like, oh, missed that. But now what I do is I make a journal, but I number it myself. I have January, and then I'll write, whatever date it is, and then sometimes it'll be like 3 months later, and so then I'll write the date and continue on.
Yeah.
But this or last year I started a journal. I have the months in it, and I put paper in the back, and I just write the dates so that I can compare what I did last year to this year and the previous year and the other years, by the dates. But and what I do or not do, or look at the lapse in time. But I find that interesting because, I usually do the same thing every day. And that's the other thing, we all do the same thing every day when we get up. You go brush your teeth or wash your face or put on your clothes and write in your journal, read your books, go exercise, whatever. Those are all standard things you do. And then you go to work or whatever it is, it's a certain, oh, this was really cool today kind of thing that I write.
Mm.
You're yeah, I think
experience.
when I journal, I'm trying to note, for me, I guess it's more, I'm looking at my brain, my thought process a lot of the time when I'm journaling. It's not just, oh, it was a glorious morning and I don't know. But yeah, I kind of know what you're saying, Elise. So in a way, you're saying that the lapses are okay. They're good to reflect on. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah.
And don't beat yourself up for forgetting a day of journaling.
Well, you could beat yourself up if you want to. That's entirely up to you. I'm not going to tell anybody else what to do. I just know I prefer not to flog myself. So,
Yeah.
well, okay, there you go. So Bobby started out with the questions and we could see how we would just like circulate around stuff. I like it. This is good.
Back to making lists. And so making lists is kind of like journaling, or I don't know, keeping track of your daily events, or giving you what making lists does to me? If I can go down a list and go, like here's my list this morning, and I get it all done and there's only one thing left on that list, I feel good at the end of the day.
Yeah, I can relate. Yeah.
So, you know, and it could be pick up my vitamins or bring home blah, 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 or go get curtain rods for Amy. You know, it could be little trivial things. And I usually add, go work out because I don't know why I feel
I
like it
put
has to be
workout
written
on
down.
my list, and yeah, and I forget stuff, and so I make lists because I don't want to forget.
Mhm,
And
mm.
if it's visual and it's right there, then I can, like, oh yeah, that's right. I was going to mail so and so's birthday card today.
And
So
that
I
kind
map out my week. Usually I get a scratch sheet of paper because I still love scratch paper, people. I will just always love scratch paper. I finally have run out of the scratch paper I brought when I retired from teaching junior high. And I
Oh,
had
wow.
stacks because I would give quizzes and stuff. And then the black backs are blank. And usually I do like half page things or I do questionnaires or whatever I'm doing, right?
great
And
scratch
then,
paper.
and then, and then just they throw it in the garbage. I'm like, well, no, we can recycle that. And so I started collecting that as recycling. And I do not want to exaggerate. I probably had a pile 2 feet high when I retired. Like, oh, I'll have scratch paper to last for a while. Yeah, well, that was almost 10 years ago and it's gone now.
So that is a funny one you mentioned that, Vicky, because if I give a teenager a task to go make me some trifolds and she messes up on a piece of paper and I'm like, you put that in the trash can? That's good scratch paper. Many people
Recycle. No,
they
here's a
and
recycle
many
pile.
people
Recycle.
just pitch things that are really useful, you know, because how many times have you gone, I do not have a flipping piece of scratch paper anywhere around. Yeah.
I've
And
had to make new scratch paper. But yeah, lists. So yeah, I like lists. I like lists. I like journaling like Julie.
okay, so here's kind of a question off my list. I had to go to the lumber yard yesterday and light bulbs were on there. How many of you bought light bulbs lately? These are those big round ones that go in the ceiling, can light things. And last time I went, I bought some, brought them home. They didn't fit. Ticked me off. So I put a regular light bulb up in there, which looks really stupid. So I go to Home Store and there are 20 different kinds of can lighting bulbs.
Uh-huh.
Warm light, cool light, white light, this light, that light, 65, 70. How do you ever make a flipping decision? I just need light in my room because I'm almost 70. How do you
So
make a
you probably
decision?
want a higher number and you got to check the socket size and make sure it's a standard size that you need and your lumens and your this and your that. I don't know. Dave
I
buys all the light bulbs in our household and has for decades. So Dave, yeah, he'll tell me things about light bulbs. Can you believe the new LED blah 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 dimmer switch blah 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 blah? Yeah. Oh,
And that was a question on the box, dimmer option.
if
And
you
I'm
yeah
like,
yeah because
oh,
then apparently it's, especially if it's LED then you need different stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We don't have
Elise,
answers to your questions.
Elise had a comment on light
Oh,
bulbs.
I'm sorry, Elise.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I take the light bulb out because we have three different kinds of light bulbs in our house. So I take the light bulb and I take it with me to the store.
Yeah, didn't think about that, but that's a good point. Yeah.
Fixed solution. There you
And
Chris
go.
then
says to me the other day, come in here, meaning come into the kitchen. Okay. So I go into the kitchen, he goes, watch. And he turns on the light. You know how our house is just so poorly lit. It's just terrible. And he turns on the light and I'm like, whoa, like we can see everything. He had changed out the light bulbs to some, I don't know if it was brighter wattage, different brand. I don't know what it was, but it's very
Daylight.
It's probably some LED thing with super duper lumens. I don't know how they do it. They're so bright. Oh my word.
You don't want to look up toward that.
You know the
There's
new
light.
headlamps on cars, headlights.
oh,
Sometimes I don't know at night. I just think, wow, why is that so bright?
Mm,
Yeah.
I don't know. My car's a 2008, so
Well, okay, what's next?
No idea what's in headlamp.
Are you gonna tell us about your
Well, I
new
don't know.
game you're
That could
learning,
be-
Vicky?
Next is I have to go upstairs because my battery's going dead.
Uh-oh.
Sit here for a minute. You wanted to know about Mahjong. You know, you'll have to ask me next week because quite honestly, if I'm gonna talk for even 2 minutes about Mahjong, I need to have my handouts. I've been to 2 classes now. And I have like 20 pages of handouts. I don't want to exaggerate. 14 pages of handouts. But it's kind of like, Elise, you know Mahjong?
Well, I play it on I used to play it on my phone.
But that one's very different than actually playing with
Right.
tiles.
With
Right,
tiles,
'cause
yeah.
Real
Because
one,
one of my classmates was saying that. She was like, "Oh, I've done this on my phone before, but I've never this like it."
yeah, the real one is really seems complicated.
I
Well,
agree.
yeah.
Vicky's got 20 pages.
Kind of like
Yes.
learning how to play pinochle.
Yes. Or maybe even harder. I don't know. I haven't tried to learn Pinochle since I was maybe 18 years old. But it's like playing cards. It has shades of rummy and maybe some other games. But there's 3 suits. And then the tiles, instead of playing cards, you're playing with tiles. But my favorite thing I've learned about Mahjong, which I will tell you right now, so the teacher is Jane. And when Jane asked us all, we went around, introduced ourselves, why, what is it? What drew you to Mahjong? And I said, well, I have an aunt, Sue, who used to play a Mahjong. I never watched her play. I never went with her play. But I knew that she regularly was a Mahjong player. And I always thought she was so elegant. And just the sound of the game, Mahjong, was so elegant. And she went, I just love that. So while we're stirring up the tiles, I forget the name. There's a name for stirring up tiles. You do not flat-handed like this. If you're stirring up all the tiles before you build the wall, you're just stirring, they kind of click together. They make this clicking sound. Well, the word mahjong in Chinese means sparrow. And when you're clicking the tiles to stir them up to build the walls, all that clicking sound, that's the sparrows chirping. Is that not
Curious.
cool? So the game's really hard. I feel extremely inadequate. The teacher kind of scolded me last week. I'm going this morning at 9:30. I have to make sure I'm on time. Because I don't want to get in trouble. And I don't want to miss anything. But the teacher, like last time, you get this card and you have all these options for hands you can play. I don't know, maybe 15 options of hands you can play. And they're kind of in categories. Sort of. But you have to know all of the vocabulary and the 3 suits and the flowers and the this and the that. And you got your bambird and you got all the stuff to think about. And I'm staring at my tiles. We're playing flat hand. Everybody's looking at everybody's, because we're learning. And I keep staring at this card like, well, I don't know what so the 3rd time the teacher stops play to explain something, and I'm not looking at her, and she goes, Vicky. And I hear my name, but I'm staring at her. She goes, Vicky. And I look up and she says, Vicky, I never know if you're listening to me because you're not looking at me. I'm sorry. I'm looking. I'm paying attention. Oh, heavens. It's
So
hard.
Vicky, the 20 pages of notes, do
Yeah.
you feel that you need to rewrite them onto index cards and number them?
No.
so that
This is just informational stuff to get you to get the feel of the game. So
Ah.
there's a whole page. There's one really cool picture that of all the various Bam birds, which whatever. There's one suit's called Bams, and the number 1 of Bams is a bird, and it's called the Bam bird. But all of these different tile makers. So every single one of these tiles, it's like a jigsaw puzzle of tiles, but they're all just Bam birds and they're all different and they're colorful and it's beautiful. It's elegant. So it's just giving you a feel of the tiles. Okay, here's the suits. And so here's a page which you got a picture of the suits. And then there's the building the wall page. And then there's some instructional, which is all typed up nice. But yeah, okay, I got to go upstairs. Keep talking.
Wait,
I gotta
Wait,
plug my
how do you
computer in.
spell Mahjong?
MAH, capital
J-
JAONGG, Mahjong.
I'd be curious to Google to see if there's anybody in Vernon County that plays it.
There might be, you might find a Mahjong club. Do you have an old people center like we do, Active Generations?
Well, Old People Center, I went into it actually a couple days ago because you know, the senior center, the new director needs Copaiba and it's free this month. So I had to walk in the door and see what was going on. And it
Oh, yeah,
reminded
yeah.
me, Vicky, that I did a lot of the supplying of the artwork 20 years in that building, 20 years ago, or maybe longer. A lot of interior motives art is on the wall at the senior center in Nevada.
Wow,
So
cool.
I don't go there to eat or work out or anything because I'm always
Well, there
working.
might be a Mahjong club there. You could investigate there.
Yeah.
That's where I'm learning, is that are old people.
Uh-huh.
Active Generation Center.
And Randy,
Okay.
Randy was asking, how often do you go there?
I've been going 5-6 times a week.
Did she say 6 times a week?
Yeah, 5 or 6 times a week. I've been going, well, for about a month now. Dave and I decided we were gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, go to the gym for an hour. So I go every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Dave.
Well, that was Randy's next question. Is Dave still riding his bike or walking or working out?
He is not riding his bike, it's winter. After he crashed on his bike a second time and hurt himself, it got put away. Excuse me. Dave, did you leave? I'm sorry, I had to come up here. I had to plug in my computer because my battery's dead. I put my earbuds in. But
So
no,
you're-
so he, he does the gym a week and he goes for walks. He's still walking quite a little.
Mhm.
So and then I'm doing the Mahjong thing, and Nancy, Dickey, and I went yesterday and played bean bags. I think I'm gonna start going on Wednesday mornings for bean bags. And I'm learning Mahjong, and
You can tell you're
Wait
a
a minute.
truly retired woman.
well, I am. I'm living the dream.
Okay, I picked this up yesterday. Can you hear me any differently? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this microphone. Is this like, am I
Yeah.
louder? Testing, testing. I can't hear it.
You're,
Can
I
you hear me
kind
now?
of did.
You just sound like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a dud. You know, I paid $1.99 for it at the Amazon store.
Yeah.
On online, they're $19.99, but I can't figure out the purpose. I just thought maybe
Yeah.
Because
I bought-
because it makes you look like you're a podcaster.
There you go.
a
'Cause,
little
you know,
bit smaller than the one
podcasters know
Yeah, just
everything.
leave it right there in the corner. That's perfect. Yes. There you go. Bobby's podcast.
today.
My glasses are crooked.
Okay, so
Today we're
I
talking
can't
about
decide if I
lists.
like mine. I don't.
your
I don't
glasses?
see. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
Are they new? I thought you
Yeah.
just got new glasses. Time goes so
I
fast.
had my old green ones with my little blue hearts on the side for 4 years or 5 years. I'm not sure. So I just got these a couple weeks ago, and I took them. I was so excited. Chris picked them up without me. I'm like, honey, I need to get things fitted. Why are you picking these up for me? Well, I was out there and I thought you'd just want them. Okay, fine. So I put them on and I went, this is not going to work. And I'm practicing with my old ones standing 3 feet from the fridge. Like with my old ones, I can read that and I can read that. I can pseudo read that. And so then I'd put these on and I go, can't read that. Really can't read that. Can't read that. Don't know what the problem is. So then I went in and she said, well, I didn't see the optometrist. I saw the receptionist and the gal that helped me pick out the glasses. And so she did some bending or whatever, and it made it somewhat better. But like reading Elisa's name, if I'm looking just like this, it's clearest, but it almost seems like there's a little bit of a shadow behind it.
Hmm.
And like looking at Bobby's eyes aren't crystal clear to me. Your face is a little blurry. And it's like I shouldn't have to sit like this to see everything. I don't know.
Well, can you take them back and say,
Hey,
gosh, this is disappointing?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just weird.
Well,
And I
that's what
don't know, and I don't know how to explain it so that she can grasp what I'm trying to say.
Well,
So-
if you talk to her, she'd probably figure it out because the last time went to the optometrist, I said, well, I keep on having to lift my glasses to see up close
Yeah,
and or there's a weird thing and she figured it out and then she goes, yeah, I'll do this and this, and she looks at my eyes and measures my eyes, and then when the new glasses came, it was good.
So
So
they,
did
they
they end up
replace your class,
changing your-
just replace your classes, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like, Julie.
well, but I didn't even ask if that's an option, but glasses are not cheap. It cost me $560 for
Yeah.
a pair of glasses and a pair of
That's why you need to go back.
sunglasses.
Yeah,
know?
if you're gonna pay $600, you need to get. Yeah,
But-
because mine are like $800 because I get the bifocal and whatever that progressive.
Yeah, the
or
progressives, yeah.
whatever
And that's what
it
I've
is.
got is the progressives.
Hey, Vic, I just saw your.
I
post.
never liked the progressive. I never got used to them. I never liked them. Never.
No.
Next pair I get, no, there won't be any. What, Bob?
Well, back up. You know the glasses you got me in Omaha, and they're in the car. I'd put them on. So I wore them into my sorority meeting yesterday. I don't wear them often because when I put sunglasses on, then I can't see because I use spectacles. Anyway, Linda was sitting across from me and she goes, "We should take those into Dr. Fast and have him put some lenses in them, and then they'd be your daily glasses." I said, "Julie, do you remember the cat cheetah?"
Oh, uh-huh,
And so I
cheetah
may
glasses.
do that. But
Well,
you
you
have
would
to,
wear some,
can you read that?
I can see
Seven.
grandson. Never
Yeah.
never
dream.
dreamed I'd grow up to be a super
Cool. Can't read the yellow line. That's too tiny.
something.
It's just hearts,
Oh,
There in
can't
the bottom
can't
line
use
says,
it.
"But here I am killing it. It's Sawyer's birthday today." And I found that at the Amazon store. So yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
You know what I bought Gibson for Christmas? I got it in Omaha when we were in Omaha shopping. When I was shopping with Lindsay. It was a t-shirt, gray t-shirt, and it's got a kitten holding a
Got what?
holding a machine gun. It's a drawing of a kitten holding a machine gun, and underneath it says something to the effect of, "All kittens do all day long is dream of murder," or something like or so, it's just a weird, because he's such an off the wall thinker. He liked it. Lindsay said, I picked it up and went, "This is weird," and Lindsay went, "Oh, Gibson would love that." And I went, "Oh, okay, Christmas."
Yeah.
I got these for Andy.
Oh.
Oh.
Have you been hanging on to those for a while? Because his birthday's
Yeah,
October.
probably 4 years. And I forgot. I have them in a little package.
With his name on it.
Yes.
What prevents you? What
Right
prevents you from mailing
October.
it?
Right October on it. Mail them to him
For
in
his birthday?
October. Yeah.
Or
I
I
got
would.
those when Amy and I were in Iowa on one of our girls' trips, and I saw those, and it must have been not long after a reunion or somewhere that I had watched Andy playing cornhole.
I would stick them in the mail today and
I
say
can't do that.
belated birthday.
Or just happy day.
It's happy day. Yeah.
Andy Wood. Thinking of you.
Yep.
Happy Valentine's.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. I'm thinking of the time that I mailed postcards from Prague to grandchildren, and one of them arrived 2 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
There
That's
you go.
Okay, you
Crazy.
guys. It's
Well, I think
8:15.
that wraps. Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
it was a good call. Good conversation.
Yeah. So we will just end this, that
Okay.
we're all together. We know Elise because
Hey,
of
we're so
doTERRA.
tired.
I
Was that okay?
Tasha in my tea bag. Bobby's talking. Okay,
No,
wait.
Oh,
we're
I
like
didn't know it,
frozen.
Bobby. You were frozen, so we didn't know you were still talking. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
you're,
okay.
I
you're
have
cutting in
on,
and out.
I have
With my
On Guard in mind.
cinnamon stick tea.
Oh, delish.
So I
And
read some pretty cool things about ginger from Scott A. Johnson about some studies with ginger and the myelin sheath. I won't give anybody any more
Oh,
understanding. They can go do their own research.
uh-huh.
So
Gotcha. The myelin sheath is very important. You don't want it to go away.
Mhm.
ginger
Have a
is
good
very
day.
good for joint support too. I learned that at the toe shop the other day when I was sitting next to a gentleman getting a pedicure. And I didn't know that.
sister.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Dave is gonna go have breakfast with his friend Steve.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Bobby, since you brought up joint pain, I'm just because I have my book open to ginger, I'm going to read the Throbbing Joint Blend. 12 drops of ginger, 10 drops of peppermint, 8 drops of eucalyptus, topped off with FCO. Mix in a 10 ml roller bottle, top with FCO. It's cool and refreshing blend that will help calm and soothe joint pain.
Now
That's all I'm
wait,
gonna say
don't
about
close that.
ginger.
Don't close that. You said 12 ginger and 10 what and how many eucalyptus?
Well, I closed it. Hang
Oh,
on.
shoot.
Yeah, Bobby, it's a
I
10,
can go look
12.
at it. I'll go
Guess,
look at it.
just guess. And you probably have 42 other protocols written down in 15 other places for joint support. I bet you do.
12, 10, and 8.
Lemongrass, marjoram.
12, 10, and 8.
Okay, thank you.
Ginger, peppermint, eucalyptus. There you go.
Okay.
That's crazy to think eucalyptus for joints.
Hmm.
I think eucalyptus for Christmas.
Okay,
Or
so
for
before we close, Vicky, I just have to say, so at the Amazon store yesterday, Randy has been telling me, I don't take care of my feet like I should. And I needed to be watching these YouTube videos. Well, one of the doctors recommended getting the toe spacers. They look like the little things that the pedicure person puts in there. They had a box of them at the Amazon store. So I used them last night. My feet hurt so bad at midnight, I had to yank them out.
I
Good
can
night.
understand
Good
that.
day. Have a great day. You never know what you're going to hear about on Sisters 3 on Thursday morning, and have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, y'all.